Why, hello, hello. It is RSO back from pretty much a year ago. I felt very unconfident after those previous posts. I know it's been a long time. I'm pretty sure if you're here from my previous year ago videos, that's pretty crazy and I appreciate it. But if not, I totally understand that you probably forgot about this channel because it's been so long. But a lot has changed throughout this year, and I could tell you that I have learned so much, so much, so much to not just go blindly and just think just because it's going up means it's going to continue to go up and just wait for setups like all the professionals always do. They always say wait for the setup to come to you. You don't have to worry about anything. You're never too late if you wait for a setup. Because if you try to hit these all-time highs on SPY and QQQ, you could have gotten taken out twice while I'm patiently saying there's no setup, there's no setup. Now we finally have a setup, so now I am ready to enter. I already have SPY and the actual S&P 500 calls. I have 7,300 calls, but I'll get to those later. But I hope you guys can see how much I've grown and enjoy this content. And a little Christmas gift to me that I'm basically coming back on here and giving my analysis again. Like I said, this is my own analysis. This is not financial advice. This is just for my documentation purposes, and yeah, just so I could go back one day and look at these videos and see where I started with. And it was pretty crazy how I started watching those videos back, and I'm like, wow, there's things that I missed completely that I could have taken advantage of on my other videos. But I mainly focus on bullish and bear flags, and head and shoulders and inverted head and shoulder patterns with RSI, the MACD, and then the moving averages. That's pretty much the basis. And then I use line charts, and then I'll also use the candlesticks. Because sometimes they don't give you. I just my brain can't see like head and shoulders sometimes. So I just go with the line, and then I'll be able to see it a lot clearer for me personally. It doesn't matter. The market's a market. Okay, it doesn't matter how it looks. It will do whatever the hell it wants. So I just follow my rules, and that's pretty much it now. Great way to end the year. Where do I think Nasdaq and the S&P 500 are going, and I say they are going to continue to go up based on my trading, or based on my experience, I guess you could say now, is that if we go to the actual NASDAQ, okay, we go ahead and adjust this. So let me clear it out. So what we have here is inverted head and shoulders. We got the shoulder here, the head here, the other shoulder here. So the neckline is between here and here at the close of 25,776. So we could break this neckline. We should continue to go up. Now, I draw this one or two ways where I measure from here, from the shoulder. This gives you a more accurate, more, yeah, like a better probability entry point. Um, but you could also measure it from here. Oops, here to here. It lets me. And then you could see that it's a little higher up. But I think this is a bullish sign. Um, if we go back to QQQ, this is definitely a bullish pattern for me. And then if we go look at these moving averages, We look at these moving averages. I mean, there's no sign of bearishness. I would personally, if price has to come back down to 600 in order for me to be kind of bearish towards price. I'm still looking for like these 660 calls when price breaks above my 627. Better to do 630, but yeah, I'm just going based off of my plan. I think heading into next year we're doing bullish still, but we are starting to see some weakness overall in the sense of the MACD and the RSI. RSI is starting to pick up, but that MACD is a little iffy right now. Now, like I said, in order for me to be bearish, we still need to break down to 600. So, that's there's no end in sight for that at the moment. So, I think we're totally fine heading into 2026 as of right now. But just to be a little cautious about this is over. I mean, it's done it time in and time out where it's gotten weak and then slightly sold off and then went back up. And then, we had this huge down move of last year. Or did I say last year? At the beginning of this year, with the tariffs and all that. But I mean, we're still bullish, even on the weekly. So even if we do get back to these levels, um, I would just wait for a certain setup, maybe on the daily time frame, to see like, okay, is there like a inverted head and shoulders, a bullish flag? Because the market likes to fake out a lot. It likes to scare people away. And I mean, look, see, the daily has been like this for a while now, and it just keeps going up. So I'm just following the chart. It's going to continue to go up, in my opinion. If, like I said, it would have to break below this 80 moving average on the daily for me to kind of be bearish, and then I would have to wait for a bearish signal below that to see if we could target something lower. But until then, I'm bullish heading into 2026 as of right now. If something changes, you'll probably see another video up about it. Um, but just because I think it's going to go up doesn't mean it's not going to like chop around here. I don't know. And that's the reality of the markets is you don't really know. It could chop, it could come back down, it could go back up, but I'm just playing the chart and seeing how it goes. So people call this a pennant. I call it a bull flag. It's it's just basically a high, another high, and a low, and a low, and you connect the two. Um, that's pretty much it. That's how I do it. I'm in SPY 690 calls. Today I am technically in the money for my contract, but I'm still holding it. I still like it. It says inverted head and shoulders. I think I charted it on S&P index. Yeah, I did. And I'm looking to actually hit this 7,000. I would love to hit the 7,100 range, but if we get to this green and then kind of chop, I'm just going to decide to sell it. Just sell it into strength. I'd rather take my profits and to continue to go. Hope for the best, and then it starts to sell off, and then I regret not selling it earlier. So heading into 2026, I see bullishness. And then if I wish I could draw on here, but a little difficult, so I have to do all this extra stuff. But basically, we got this inverted head and shoulders on the RSI, so I still think it's bullish overall. And it's gonna probably be a slow grind. Who knows? Honestly, from all the stuff that's been happening recently. But as for right now, we just closed above at all-time highs and looking to go further. And that's pretty much my analysis heading into 2026 so far. Um, and we'll see what happens in February and March. I don't have the data for it. Nobody has the data for it. But like I said, longer time frames starting to get a little weak, but small time frames still show that there's strength in this, and that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else at the moment. I do have like smaller time frame charts, like Amazon. I do love Amazon. Um, I do love this going back to 240, but we do price does need to get back above 234. And it was, just because the markets, just because it's Christmas, very weak markets, and then very weak market because it's Christmas, so there's like no volume. So I would love to re-enter these 245 calls heading on Friday if we can break above a previous high in the pre-market. But until then, um RSI and MACD are starting to show some strength here, right? RSI is above the 50, and then the MACD is starting to flip back over. So I definitely like this. I like this fake head and shoulders pattern. And then yeah, if it breaks above this shoulder, the 235, it would invalidate and continue to go up unless otherwise. Moving averages are still bullish overall, so you just got to follow the plan. I also have Apple. I haven't sold Apple yet. It's on the smaller time frame. Now, it has been a little weak, but just recently showed some strength, so I would love to see it break above its previous high and continue to go up. We're still bullish overall on Apple. I believe even on the daily, yeah, there's no sign of it coming down yet. As you can see, the RSI is starting to reverse back up. So just have to be patient enough for that. I would be bearish if price decided to break down here and then do something around this 260 268 range, I believe that is. Yeah, 268 range. But as of right now, I see bullish divergence, price moving back up, and I have Baidu on the daily time frame. Um, this I see more of an inverted head and shoulders, but it's still forming, so I'm patiently waiting there. I love Microsoft on the daily. Formed a bear flag, but RSI showing bullish divergence. So looking to continue to go up back to 505. If price can break 492, we shall see. Now, there's been times where price, goes up and then fakes out, goes back down. That's just how it goes sometimes. That's the whole point of just taking these targets and getting in and out. So basically, my price will, if it goes up here, breaks this 497, then rejects, then I sell it. If price goes here, breaks to 497, comes back down to this 497, then I sell it. If price goes all the way up to 505 and then comes back down, then I'll sell it. That's how I pretty much do it. And I always wait for the setups. I don't get too impatient nowadays. Now, Google, a lot of people don't really like this chart. And it's not the greatest chart, but I personally like it. It's still part of that like strong up move and then consolidation. And I'm just waiting for it to break 320.45 to see if we could hit the 330, 340 range. But I'm probably going to take the 340 calls just because they're cheaper. Then coin, I was going to short this, but then I decided not to because I was like, this is not part of my setup. Like I don't have any setup per se yet. So I just have to be patient enough and wait. And then Meta's kind of trying to push price, but it's getting really stuck within this moving average of these 200 on the daily. So it's been battling out, but it's still showing signs of strength so far. And those are pretty much my analysis. I got Amazon, Apple, Baidu, Microsoft, Google, um, heading into January, February to see where price will go. Obviously, the prices will get invalidated if they break below the flags or the pennants, whatever wedges, whatever the hell you want to call them. But yeah, that's my analysis, and hope you guys are back of nuts. You know, It is what it is. I'm just gonna be posting these videos. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Don't be weird about if you don't celebrate it or not. You know, don't matter. That's your choice. I'm just saying it. All right, so that's my analysis. I'm still looking bullish for the end of the year, heading into next year, January, February so far, and then until it proves me otherwise. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.